Hi friends, how are you all? I hope all are good at home. Please stay home, stay healthy, stay strong. Be patient. Patience. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to discuss about continuation of direct and indirect speech. Third sentences, that is the imperative sentences. We will use that asked, advised, begged, commanded, requested, ordered, warned, threatened, suggested to, proposed to, and pleaded with. For example, she said to him, be in your limits. It's a direct speech. She warned him to be in his limits. It's an indirect speech. Here, said to become warned and comma become to. Be in your limits. Your becomes his. Why? Because of she said to him. Him means it's a form of pronounced form of his. Note here a positive, we will use that to. It means be in your limits is a positive sentence. That's the reason we use it to. Suppose that sentence is a negative, then it's used to not to. Next example, teacher said to the students, keep quiet. It's a direct speech. Teacher asked or ordered the students to keep quiet. It's a indirect speech. Said to becomes asked or ordered. We use that two forms, asked or ordered. Comma will become a to. Keep quiet. It's an indirect speech. Then after, doctor said to him, don't smoke. It's a direct speech. Doctor advised or suggested to him not to smoke. It's an indirect speech. Here, don't smoke. Don't means the negative sentence. That's why use it not to. We use it not to. Said to become advised or suggested. Comma become not to smoke. Doctors advised or suggested to him not to smoke. It's an indirect speech. Next example. The commander said to the soldiers, shoot the enemy. It's a direct speech. The commander ordered the soldiers to shoot the enemy. It's an indirect speech. Said to become ordered. Then comma become to. It's a positive statement. That's the reason we use it to. My friend said to me, consult a renowned doctor. It's a direct speech. My friend suggested to me to consult a renowned doctor. It's an indirect speech. Said to me becomes suggested. Comma become to. It's a positive sentence. That's the reason we will use it to. Another example. She said to us, please help me in this distress. It's an indirect speech. She pleaded with us to help her in that distress. It's an indirect speech. Here said to will become used that pleaded. Comma will become to. It's also positive statement. That's the reason we used it to. Next example. The beggar said to her, give me something to eat. It's an indirect speech. The beggar asked her to give him something to eat. It's an indirect speech. Here said to, you write like that, asked. Said to becomes asked. Comma will becomes to. Give me means he. Here me means him. The beggar said to her. The beggar means he, like him. Use that him. Eating something to eat. It's an indirect speech. The beggar asked her to give him something to eat. It's an indirect speech. Next example. She said to me, let us to go movie. It's a direct speech. She proposed to me, go to a movie. It's an indirect speech. You will write like this also. She suggested to me that we should go to a movie. It's an indirect speech. We will write both in both ways. Proposed and suggested. we will use like that, and comma will become that, and above sentence comma will become to. Next, exclamatory sentences. It expresses the sudden feelings of joy, sorrow, or surprise. When we convert the exclamatory sentence in indirect speech, we should use that. Conjunction and the exclamatory word should not repeat in the indirect speech. Means there is no change in the exclamatory marks, exclamatory sentences in indirect speech. Like hooray, it expresses joy. Alas, it expresses sorrow. Oh, what, how, wow, it expresses a surprise, flattery, or flattered, applauded, applause, apology, apologized, and regret. Then after bravo, bravo means praised, bravo. Eureka means joy with surprise. Note, said to will become exclaimed with, means whenever you write that he said to her like that, he exclaimed with, you will write like that. Said to will become exclaimed with, or said also will become exclaimed with. Comma, instead of the comma you will write that. For example, she said, hooray, I have got a job. It's an indirect speech. She exclaimed with joy that she had got a job. It's an indirect speech. Said to will become exclaimed. Hooray means with joy. She said like with joy. Then comma will become that. Here I means she. Have become had. Got a job. She exclaimed with joy that she had got a job. It's an indirect speech. Have past form is had. Next example, she said, Eureka, I have got a solution. It's a direct speech. She exclaimed with joy, like joy with surprise. Here why? Because we used joy with surprise. Eureka means joy with surprise. That's the reason we write like that. She exclaimed joy with surprise that she had got a solution. It's a indirect speech. I means here she. Have past form had. Got a solution. It's a indirect speech. Next example. He said, alas, my hair has gone. It's a direct speech. He exclaimed with sorrow that his hair had gone. It's an indirect speech. Here said to will become exclaimed. Alas means with sorrow. Alas means sorrow. Exclaimed with sorrow that his hair has a past form had gone. My means here my in that place he said to alas means he is the pronounced form is his. Then next example, he said to his friend, wow, how beautiful she is. It's a direct speech. He exclaimed with surprise his friend that she was beautiful. It's a indirect speech. Said to become exclaimed with his friend. Wow means with surprise. Then with his friend that she was beautiful. Then after optative sentences, it expresses a wish, like with positive in positive sentences, blessing or boon. In negative sentences, curse. Curse means cursed. I cursed to him. I cursed to her, like that. Said to will become like that. We write like that: wished or blessed, cursed, bid or bade. Comma will, instead of comma, we will write it that. For example, the priest said to him, May God bless you. It's a direct speech. The priest blessed him that God might bless him. Here it's an indirect speech. Here said to become blessed, comma become that, means we will exchange the places. May instead of God will become exchange this place, and may will become that place. God this come to this side, and may come to that side. May will go to that side. The priest blessed him that God might bless him. It's an indirect speech. Next example. Father said to her, may you live long. It's a direct speech. Here also father blessed her that she might live long. It's an indirect speech. May become might, may first form of might, and you become she. Here means father said to her. Father blessed her. Said to becomes blessed. It's a boon. It's a blessed. Father blessed her that she might live long. It's an indirect speech. They said to me good morning. It's a direct speech. They wish me good morning. It's an indirect speech. Say to me means it's a wish. Why? Because it's a good morning. They said good morning. They wish me good morning. It's an indirect speech. Mother said to him, may God bless you. Health and happiness. Health and happiness. It's a direct speech. Mother blessed him that God might bless him health and happiness. It's an indirect speech. May past form might, and God will shift it to this side. Mother blessed him that God might bless him health and happiness. It's an indirect speech. The next example. I say to him all the best. It's a direct speech. I say to becomes wish. I wish them all the best. It's an indirect speech. Say to becomes wish. Here we are all the best. We are wishing to others, like we will tell all the best to others. That's why I wish them all the best. It's an indirect speech. Thank you friends. I hope you like my video. Please like, share and comment. And don't forget to please subscribe and press the bell icon. Then only you can get my notifications. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.